The Bugle, a lost cause. Here's the field for the first race. The one is Dazzler Nuke, owned by David Setzer with Elliott Deaton. 2 Eye in the Sky is owned by Brad Bixler with Jack Daly. 3 is Charles Autry's 2-Bit Die Job and Jeff Fout. The 4 is Golden Delivery, owned by Carol Christ with Brad Hanners. Number 5 is Gypsy Z, owned by Carol and Rosemary Hucks, Ron Briggs Jr., Ron Briggs Sr., Keith Haynes. Number 6 is Sandman Scooter, owned by Weatherby and Shelton, Kevin Sizer, the driver. 7 is Township Bubba, owned by Dan Ryan with Dave Hawk. Number 8 is Nuke's Legacy, owned by Darrell Miller with Darren Mauser. From the outside is the 9 Steady Mahone, owned by Pauline Price with Mike Wilder. And from the second tier is the 10 Chella Mark Wesley, owned by B.L. Conway with Mark Evers. That's your field for the first. Full field of 10 pacers straightening away in the backstretch for the first race at Scioto Downs. There they go. They're off and pacing. Dazzler Nuke is out fast with 2-Bit Die Job from alongside. Then it's Sandman Scooter way out wide. Gypsy Z gets away racing in 4th. Chellamark Wesley is 5th. Golden Delivery takes a seat in 6th, followed by Nuke's Legacy. 2 more to Eye in the Sky, with Township Bubba and Steady Mahone trails the field. They move to the top of the stretch, and Jeff Fout hustles 2-Bit Die Job to the top. 2-Bit Die Job, Dazzler Nuke 2nd, Sandman Scooter 3rd. 2-Bit Die Job to the quarter in 27-2, a little bit softer than last week, and 2-Bit Die Job leads the parade past the stands. Dazzler Nuke is in the pocket 2nd, Sandman Scooter is 3rd by 2, Gypsy Z is 4th by the same. Chellamark Wesley is next, followed by Golden Delivery, and then it's 2 more to Nuke's Legacy, 2.5 to Eye in the Sky. Outside Steady Mahone, and Township Bubba is back to the trailing position. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's 2-Bit Die Job with the lead by a tight length. Dazzler Nuke tracking in 2nd. There goes Hanners and Golden Delivery out of the 4-hole. They're up after the lead in 58 and 4, 31 and 2 on the second split. 2-Bit Die Job on the inside gives way on the outside to Golden Delivery. Golden Delivery took all the early money and now is taking the lead. 2-Bit Die Job back to 2nd. Dazzler Nuke is 3rd. Caught 3 wide there. Sandman Scooter 4th. 2 more back to Gypsy Z. Outside is Nuke's Legacy. Then it's 2 more back to Steady Mahone, followed by Chellamark Wesley. Gap of 3 Eye in the Sky's not doing enough. And Township Bubba continues to trail as they move around the turn and past the 3/4. Dazzler Nuke is now overtaking Golden Delivery. 3/4 in 1:27 and 4. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's Dazzler Nuke on the outside who takes the lead. Golden Delivery trying to fight back. Here's Sandman Scooter with a bid way out wide, and they're in the stretch. It's Dazzler Nuke on top. Outside, here's Sandman Scooter. Gypsy Z is off stride in the center of the track. Sandman Scooter rolls on by, begins to open up. Sandman Scooter, Dazzler Nuke, late closing Nuke's Legacy 3rd. Winner's Circle. First win in 4 starts on the season for the 6-year-old son of Sandman Hanover. Out of Atlantic Scooter by Direct Scooter, owned by David Weatherby and Jimmy Shelton. Jim Shelton, the trainer, and Kevin Sizer picks up the winning drive. Sandman Scooter in 1:58 and 1. 6-1 exact to 87.80. And the try, 6-1-8, 7:21 even. Star Sandstorm, owned by Grumpy Old Men Stable with Dave Hawk. The 2 is E.C. Walker, owned by John Tatum with Bob Harper. Number 3 is One Step at a Time, owned by Connie Peterman with Randy Tharps. The 4 is Clearwater Chip, owned by Cheryl Street with Kevin Sizer. Number 5, A League of His Own, is owned by Brown and Mabra with Terry Groves. The 6 is Tyler Leo, owned by Dennis Sheehan with Elliott Deaton. The 7 is Going National, owned by Tom Kinch with Darren Mauser. The 8 is Double Time Legend, owned by James Price with Mike Wilder. 9, Rocky Concert, owned by Tommy Smith with Jeff Fout. And the 10 is Out, That's your field of 9, 7 minutes until post time. And the gate is rolling. I'd like to welcome our special guest tonight, Sam Reichert from Northville Downs to Scioto Downs. Maybe he can enter for a chance to win those Metallica tickets for Judge Larry Richard. They're in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing, and Gold Star Sandstorm is out fast along with Clearwater Chip, and Clearwater Chip grabs the lead. Gold Star Sandstorm driving through at the inside second. Alongside is Going National third, with E.C. Walker to the inside fourth. Double Time Legend alongside is fifth, followed by One Step at a Time, a gap of 4 lengths back to A League of His Own, followed by Tyler Leo and Rocky Concert as they make their way to the top of the stretch. And Clearwater Chip is back on the engine. Clearwater Chip takes the lead past the opening quarter in 27 3/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Clearwater Chip on top. Dave Hawk and Gold Star Sandstorm quickly up the challenge out of the pocket, and they take over command under the wire with 5/8 to go. Clearwater Chip is back to second. Going National was caught on the outside third. E.C. Walker in a tight hold is fourth. One Step at a Time picks up cover in fifth, followed by Double Time Legend as they round the turn on their way to the half-mile pole, and it's Gold Star Sandstorm in command. Gold Star Sandstorm has it by 2. Clearwater Chip, E.C. Walker. Going National is stalled between horses. Halftime 57-2. Heading up the backside, it's Gold Star Sandstorm on top. Gold Star Sandstorm has it by a tight length. Clearwater Chip just in behind, tracking the leader in second. E.C. Walker is third back at the rail alongside One Step at a Time, slowly advancing from fourth. Double Time Legend locked in fifth. There's Rocky Concert, 3 deep, 4 off the pace, racing in sixth. Just to his inside, A League of His Own, followed by Tyler Leo. Gap of 3 back to a very tired Going National. 3/4 on the board in 1:27-4. Moving to the top of the stretch, Gold Star Sandstorm has it a length and a half. Clearwater Chip is out with a second wind on the outside. 2.5 back to E.C. Walker and Rocky Concert, and they're in the stretch. It's Gold Star Sandstorm on top. Clearwater Chip is driving on the outside. Late bid from Tyler Leo in the center of the course, and he's pacing up a storm. Gold Star Sandstorm, here's Tyler Leo going right on by. Tyler Leo, Gold Star Sandstorm, and Clearwater Chip third. Tyler Leo is back in the winner's circle for the second time this season, an 8-year-old son of Tyler's brother from Hercules Kelly by Herculin Hanover. It's owned by Dennis Sheehan of New Wilmington, PA. Mark Deaton, the trainer. Elliott Deaton drives this one to victory in 1:57-3. Good for a new lifetime mark. Price is up. 6-1 exact is $76.20. The try, 6-1-4, $272 even. And the daily double 6-6, $97.80. Back with a rundown in a moment. With Kevin Sizer. Number 2 is If Only I Could, owned by Samuel Coven with Chip Noble. The 3 is Let the Big Horse Roll, owned by Scott Murphy with Johnny Collins. 4 Roman Stoic is owned by Mark Laffin with Darren Mauser. 5 Rembrandt's Max is owned by Jim Chaliff with Mike Wilder. The 6 is Adelante, owned by Steve Christ with Brad Hanners. Number 7 is Benton, owned by Charles Autry with Terry Groves. The 8 is My Boy Scooter, owned by Everett and Fayetta Patrick with Randy Tharps. The 9 is Alante Spur, owned by Vernon Byers Jr., Rick Dingledine. And the 10 is Rutherford Behave, owned by Cromer and Kincaid with Jeff Fout. That's your field, 6 minutes until post. Field of 10 claiming pacers out in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off. Benton was off to a slow start, spots the field about 4 lengths. If Only I Could is out fast for the lead with Roman Stoic between horses. Rembrandt's Max is 3 deep in third. 2.5 back to My Boy Scooter, who settles into fourth. Next up, it's Doobie fifth. Then it's a gap of 3 lengths farther back to Let the Big Horse Roll. 2 more to Rutherford Behave, followed by Adelante. Next up, it's Alante Spur, and 2 back to Benton, who trails. Field covered by about 15 lengths, and they're being led by Rembrandt's Max. Rembrandt's Max and Wilder take them to the open opening quarter in 28-1. Passing the stand, single file with Rembrandt's Max on top. Rembrandt's Max by 2. If Only I Could is second. Two-back Roman Stoic is third. My Boy Scooter is fourth. First to pull is Doobie on the outside fifth, giving cover to Let the Big Horse Roll in sixth. Next up, it's Rutherford Behave, followed by Adelante. Then it's Alante Spur, and 3 lengths farther back to Benton. Around the turn to the half-mile pole, and Rembrandt's Max has the lead. It's Rembrandt's Max now by 2. If Only I Could under a tight hold in second. Outside Doobie is third, with Roman Stoic fourth and 59 3/5. On the outside, Let the Big Horse Roll is underway from fifth, followed by My Boy Scooter in sixth. Looking to angle out 3 wide is Rutherford Behave from seventh, and he does so. Alante Spur is next, followed by Adelante, and 2 back to an unhurried Benton, who trails. Field covered by 8 lengths as they head their way into the far turn, and it's Rembrandt's Max on top by 2. If Only I Could continues to track the leader in second. Doobie is not making much progress, stalled in third. Roman Stoic comes through at the inside fourth. 1:29-1 as they move to the top of the stretch. This one is Rembrandt's Max. Rembrandt's Max has controlled all the fractions, and he begins to kick clear. It's Rembrandt's Max by 3. If Only I Could is second, 2.5 lengths farther back to Roman Stoic. On the outside is Doobie. They're in the stretch, and this is all Rembrandt's Max. It's Rembrandt's Max edging away. If Only I Could, late move Doobie. Rembrandt's Max going to win it by 3. If Only I Could, Doobie, and Roman Stoic fourth. Third race is official. Entering the winner's circle, 5 Rembrandt's Max, 6-year-old son of Satanic from Lottie's Lady by Oil Burner, is owned by Jim Chalips of Cincinnati, trained by Jim Florio with Mike Wilder driving. Rembrandt's Max scores his 3rd win of the season, this time in 1:58 flat. Here's your rundown. Doobie was 3rd, If Only I Could 2nd. Let the Big Horse Roll was 6th. Roman Stoic 4th. Rembrandt's Max the winner. Adelante 10th. Benton 7th. My Boy Scooter 5th. Alante Spur was 8th. Rutherford Behave was 9th. And the rundown is 3-2-6, 4-1-10, 7-5-8-9. Upcoming 4th race with pick 3 exact and trifecta wagering. 367.40. Post time for the 4th race in 13 minutes at 7. Mark Evers. 2 Big Ian is owned by David Myrick with Kevin Sizer. 3 D is Original is owned by Steeman and E. Conrad Truckin with Brad Hanners. 4 Barb's Melody is owned by White Creek Stable Incorporated. Jeff Fout drives. 5 is American Classic owned by Gates Mills Stable with Elliot Deaton. The 6 is Final Deal, owned by Dwayne and Carol Sue Lowe with Sandy Beatty. 7 is Clem's Return, owned by Paul Clemens III with Randy Tharps. Number 8 is DJ Skip, owned by Gene McKee with Del S. Miller. Number 9 is Inside Cold Strike, owned by Harry and Iris Horowitz with Debbie Rucker. And the 10 is Super Bandit, owned by Folk and Armstrong with Bob Harper. 7 minutes. Mixed bag of maidens straightening away in the backstretch. There they go. They're off and trotting. Big Ian is out fast with American Classic from the center. Clem's Return from way out wide. Barb's Melody between horses. They're 4 deep as they race around the far turn, and Big Ian grabs the lead. American Classic in the center of the track is racing in second, followed by Barb's Melody third. Along the inside, Channel Surfing is fourth. Barb's Melody is now off stride. Next up, it's Clem's Return, followed by Dia's Original. Gap of 3 back to Final Deal. DJ Skip, 5 lengths farther back to Inside Cold Strike, and Super Bandit. They're by the opening quarter fast, 27-4, passing the stands, and it's the filly Big Ian. She's got command by 3. Channel Surfing is second, followed by American Classic third. 2 back, Clem's Return is fourth. 2 more to Dia's Original, 2 more to Final Deal, and then it's 2 lengths back to DJ Skip. Gap of 5 to Super Bandit, 5 more to Inside Cold Strike, and far back trailing is Barb's Melody. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Big Ian on top. Big Ian on top by 2 lengths. Channel Surfing and American Classic through a pretty swift half of 58-1. Heading up the backside, it's Big Ian on top. Big Ian, Channel Surfing. There's American Classic putting his bid in on the outside. 2 lengths farther back to Dia's Original fourth. Clem's Return retreats between horses 5th. Final Deal is moving up 3 off the tempo in 6th, followed by DJ Skip, who's underway. Super Bandit in behind a wall of horses, far back to Inside Called Strike and farther back to Barb's Melody. And as they move around the far turn, it's Final Deal who takes over command. Final Deal by 2. DJ Skip, Big Ian's all done, 129 and 1, moving to the top of the stretch. It's Final Deal with the lead by 2. DJ Skip is second. 7 lengths back to Channel Surfing. Big Ian and D is Original, and they're in the stretch. It's Final Deal on top. Final Deal by 2 lengths. Here's DJ Skip driving in the center, far back to Channel Surfing. Final Deal trying to hang on. DJ Skip on the outside is driving. Those two hit the wire together, and DJ Skip gets up. Final Deal was second with Channel Surfing a distant third. Inner circle is the 8 DJ Skip, 3-year-old son of Giant Victory from Max Mirror by Speed and Action. It's owned by Gene McKee, trained by Jim Arledge Jr. Del S. Miller in the bike. First start of the season is the first win for DJ Skip, 159, quick mile. That'd be a recall. Recall, the windows remain open. They're all on gate this time around and approaching the start. And they're off and pacing, and it's Fresh Fire out fast on the inside. Lizzie Lou from between horses is up close with Life with Mindy. Around the far turn the first time, Fresh Fire on the inside has the lead. Lizzie Lou opts to settle into the pocket. 2 lengths farther back, Life with Mindy is third. Fourth, Expensive Angel away 5th. Alongside is Sue's Falcon driving up from 6th. Then it's She's a Sodbuster, gap of 2 to Campus Magic, and then 2 lengths back to the first-time starter, Noble Thaw, past the opening quarter, 28 seconds flat. Moving past the stands for the first time, it's Rick Jordan and Fresh Fire. They've got command by 2 lengths. Lizzie Lou is second by the same. Life with Mindy is third. Sue's Falcon, when unable to find a seat, has to drive up on the outside, 4th. Cherub's Example back to 5th. Expensive Angel moves to the outside 6th. Gap of 3, She's a Sodbuster with Campus Magic and 2 more to Noble Thaw. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Fresh Fire on top. Fresh Fire has it by a length. Lizzie Lou second. Sue's Falcon is third and 58 and 3. Along the inside, Life with Mindy is 4th. Expensive Angel sent up 3 wide, just 2 off the pace in 5th. Next up, it's She's a Sodbuster is underway. Cherub's Example yet to get off the cones. Gap of 2 back to Campus Magic, and then a length and a half back to Noble Thaw. They're on their way down the backstretch and heading for the 3/4, and it is Fresh Fire trying to take them all the way. Fresh Fire by 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Sue's Falcon continues to close on the outside second, followed by She's a Sodbuster driving up 3 wide from third. Expensive Angel in behind a wall of horses. 3/4, 128 and 2. They move to the top of the stretch. It's Fresh Fire on top. Lizzie Lou shakes loose out of the pocket. She's a Sodbuster is 3 wide with Life with Mindy, and behind them they're in the stretch. Fresh Fire on the inside, outside Lizzie Lou, and Lizzie Lou goes right on by. Campus Magic is flying up the inside second, Light with Mindy a late close, but it's Lizzie Lou, Campus Magic, and Life with Mindy third. In Lobel. From Miss Bodacious by Waiver, owned by Glenna Myers of Xenia, trained by Thomas Myers. Jack Daly in the bike for this win, Lizzie Lou in 158. 5-4 exacted, $219.60. Try 542, $798.40. 1 is Crown Time Fairski, owned by Esther Crownover with Kevin Sizer. Number 2 is Super Lady Lane, owned by Henry and Sally Josephzik with Mark Evers. The 3 is Action Time, owned by Glenn Congrove with Jerry Kutchback Jr. The 4 is J.L. Kirkland, owned by Valerie Schoaf with Joe D. Schoaf. Number 5 is Robtown Reese, owned by John Collins the driver. 6 is the Hatfield Stables Carscott Gypsy and Bud Hatfield the driver. 7 is Overcomers Express, owned by Ledford Short and Hughes, Chip Noble. The 8 horse is TGTIF, owned by Dean Fraker with Frank Todd Jr. Number 9 is Speedway Overpass, owned by Schultz and Fishbaugh. Bob Harper's in the bike. And from the second tier is the 10 Total Speed, owned by Robert Householder with Mike Wilder. And that is your field with 7 minutes until post. Five, Robtown Reese is off stride. They're approaching the start. And they're off and trotting, and Crown Time Fairski is on a break. Action Time is out fast with J.L. Kirkland from alongside, and J.L. Kirkland grabs command. Action Time is back to second. Speedway Overpass driving up on the outside third. Gap of 3 lengths farther back to Super Lady Lane, who comes away fourth, followed by Total Speed fifth. Alongside is TGTIF with Crown Time Fairski back trotting. 2 more to Carscott Gypsy. 3 more to Overcomers Express, who misstepped there and is about 12 behind. And then about 10 lengths back to Robtown Reese, who is on a dead run past the opening quarter in 29 3/5. Passing the stands for the first time. And from the outside, it's Bob Harper and Speedway Overpass. They take over command and sprint clear by 3. J.L. Kirkland is second by the same. Action Time is third. Super Lady Lane tips to the outside fourth. Total Speed along the inside is fifth. Cover for Crown Time Fairski, second over 6. Carscott Gypsy into the outer flow. 2.5 back to TGTIF. 3 more to Overcomers Express. And far back to Robtown Reese, who's back trotting. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Speedway Overpass on top of the field through a half in 1:01 flat. Speedway Overpass. J.L. Kirkland is second. Super Lady Lane takes over third on the outside. Action Time maintains the rail on the outside. That's Crown Time Fairski racing in fifth. Now angles out 3 deep with 4 lengths to make up. Total Speed tightens in along the inside 6, followed by Carscott Gypsies into the outer flow 3 deep in 7th. 2 more back to TGTIF, who's yet to get underway. 3 more to Overcomers Express, and far back trotting is Robtown Reese. 3/4 are up in 1:31. They move to the top of the stretch. Speedway Overpass has a strong challenge from the pocket sitter J.L. Kirkland on the outside. Crown Time Fairski has recovered well and is 3 wide with a bid from third. Gap of 3 lengths back to Action Time and Total Speed. They're in the stretch. Speedway Overpass turns him down with a 3-length lead and takes off. J.L. Kirkland trying to close in. Crown Time Fairski is way out wide, but this one is all Speedway Overpass, J.L. Kirkland, and Crown Time Fairski third. Upset winner of the 6th race, Speedway Overpass, and Bob Harper. They get the job done in 2 minutes and 1/5. That's a new lifetime mark and the second win of the season for the 4-year-old bay horse by Overcomer from Speedway Parley by Coleman Lobel. Owned by John Schultz and Kenneth Fishbaugh of Ohio. John Schultz, the trainer. $9.4 exact of $454.80. The triple 941 $1,305.80, and the pick 3 859 $1,194 even. With Randy Tharps. 2 Charsands Foxy Lady, owned by LMN Bred Stables Incorporated. Justin Hall drives. 3 is Wind Colors, owned by William Roush with Brad Hanners. 4 is I'm a Makin' Whoopee, owned by Tony Ann Boroff-Hayner with Darren Mauser. Number 5 is Radiant Lil, owned by Papin Winters, Mark Winters, the driver. 6 is Taz Baby, owned by Goethe Racing Stable, G.W. Van Buren, Troy Goethe, the driver. 7 is Precious Linda, owned by McNamee and Jolliffe with Dave Hawk. The 8 horse is Hello Samantha, owned by Barbara Schneider with Jack Daly. The 9 is Grow Up, owned by Delaware JVS with Bob Harper, and the 10 is Emma and Emily, owned by Nixon and Boggs with Kevin Sizer. That's your field. Post time is in 6 minutes. They're out in behind the gate, straightening away in the backstretch, and there they go. And they're off and pacing. Radiant Lil is out fast for the lead. Off stride, Hello Samantha. And it's Radiant Lil who grabs command. Taz Baby driving up into second. I'm a Making Whoopee is back to third. Precious Linda alongside is fourth. Charmada is fifth by 2. Then it's Emma and Emily, followed by Charsan's Foxy Lady. Alongside of her is Grow Up. Then it's a gap of 2 lengths back to Wind Colors, and far, far back is Hello Samantha. As they drive to the top of the stretch for the first time, it's Mark Winters and Radiant Lil. They've got command in 28 2/5. Passing the stands for the first time. Radiant Lil on top by 2. Taz Baby is second. And on the outside, here comes Emma and Emily and Sizer. They're up to take over the lead under the wire with 5/8 to go. I'm a Making Whoopee is now racing in fourth. 2 back to Precious Linda. 2 more to Charsan's Foxy Lady. Then it's 2 lengths farther back to Grow Up. Gap of 3 to Wind Colors. Then it's about 7 lengths back to Hello Samantha, who's back pacing, and 10 back to Charmada, who's not. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, new leader is Emma and Emily. Takes him through a half in 58 1. Emma and Emily has it by 2. Radiant Lil is racing in second. Here's I'm a Making Whoopee flying up, and Mauser, and they take over the lead with 3/8 remaining. Also off the rail there is Taz Baby from fourth. Gap of 2 Precious Linda to the outside fifth. Charsan's Foxy Lady is still along the inside, yet to get underway. Alongside is Grow Up. Then it's a gap of 5 lengths farther back to Wind Colors. And then about 10 lengths back to Hello Samantha. Far, far out of it, Charmada, 3/4. 127 flat, moving to the top of the stretch. And I'm a Making Whoopee sprints clear by 7. Emma and Emily is second. Taz Baby the outside third, with Radiant Lil fourth. But as they turn for home, this one is all I'm a Making Whoopee. It's I'm a Making Whoopee on top by 7 lengths. The battle's on for second. Emma and Emily. Outside is Taz Baby. But this one is I'm a Making Whoopee in complete control. Wins it by 8. Taz Baby up for second. Radiant Lil was third. $74 even, the triple 465, 494.40. Back in the winner's circle, I'm a Making Whoopee impressive in victory. Second win of the season for the 3-year-old Bay Filly. By Camtastic from Discreet Charm by Tyler B. Owned and trained by Tony Ann Boroff-Hayner of Hawkinsville, Georgia. Darren Mauser in the bike, 156, by far a lifetime mark. Here's a look at the field. The 1 is out. The 2 is Self-Imposed, owned and driven by Al Gobble. The 3 is 910's Grace, owned by John F. and John J. Foster with Dave Hawk. Number 4 is Strong Goal, owned by Huber and Richardson. Dick Richardson Jr. is the driver. The 5 is Carry the Ribs, owned by Philip and Susan James with Roy Wilson. The 6 is So Striking, owned by the Bullyard Farm of Indiana, Jeff Bullyard. 7 is Main Force, owned by the Hatfield Stables with Bud Hatfield. The 8 is Paliapido Tom, owned by Kleinman and Centered, Tom Lovely. From the outside is the 9, Richard Elwood's Miss Sensation with Bill Long Jr. And number 10 is Prime Score, owned by Donna Jean Anderson with Brian Weaver. 6 minutes. They're in the backstretch, and there they go. And they're off, and Self-Imposed is out fast. The lead from the center, that's Carry the Ribs. Alongside is So Striking. Way out wide, Paliapido Tom. As they race around the far turn the first time, and it is Self-Imposed from the inside who grabs the lead, opens up by 2. So Striking into second, Carry the Ribs is third. Paliapido Tom alongside looking for a seat in fourth. Prime Score is fifth by 2.5. Then it's 910's Grace. Gap of 3 back to an unhurried Strong Goal. 2 more to Main Force and 2 more to Miss Sensation. They trot past the opening quarter in 28 4/5, passing the stands for the first time. It's Self-Imposed on the inside with the lead by just over a length. On the outside, So Striking is second. Along the inside, Carry the Ribs is third. Second over is Scioto Downs, fourth. Then to the inside, it's Prime Score fifth. Third over is 9-10's Grace. Strong Goal moves to the outside with Main Force and Miss Sensation. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Self-Imposed, trying to make every pole a winning one. Has it by a length. So striking the outside second, Carry the Ribs is in the pocket. There goes Hawk 3 wide with 9-10's Grace. Halftime, a minute flat. Heading up the backside from the center of the course, 9-10's Grace grabs a narrow advantage. So striking between horses second, Self-Imposed is third. Strong Goal 3 deep in fourth. Along the inside is Carry the Ribs. Alongside, Scioto Downs is dropping back with Prime Score coming through at the inside. Main Force and Miss Sensation. They're on their way to three quarters, and 9-10's Grace has worked her way to the top. 9-10's Grace clears off, has pressure coming from Strong Goal in 1:29.2. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's 9-10's Grace with the lead of a half length. Strong Goal on the outside, prompting in second. 3 farther back to Self-Imposed, 2.5 back to Carry the Ribs. They're in the stretch. It's 9-10's Grace with the lead. Strong Goal pressuring on the outside, trying to wear her down. 9-10's Grace the inside. Strong Goal on the outside is getting up. 9-10's Grace was second, tight for third between Carry the Ribs and Prime Score. Hiccup is third win of the season. This is a 3-year-old bay colt by Arbro Gold from Salinas by Bonefish. Owned by Patrick Huber and Jeffrey Richardson. Dick Richardson Jr. is the winning trainer driver in behind Strong Goal. They're in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing. Jay's Heaven Sent is out fast with Fly Judith from alongside, and Sharp Looking Annie along the inside. Gap of 2 lengths back. Born Skippin' comes away racing in fourth. Alongside, Win My Love is driving up from fifth. Go By Air is 6 by 3. Then it's Black is Pitch, another 2.5 back to Special K May, and trailing the field is Misty Tucson. They move to the top of the stretch for the first time, and Pavia and Fly Judith grab the lead. They've got it by 3 lengths. Jay's Heaven Sent, Sharp Looking Annie, and Win My Love, quarter in 27-4. Passing the stands for the first time, it is Fly Judith on an open lead. Fly Judith has it by 3 lengths. Jay's Heaven Sent is second. Sharp Looking Annie is third. Win My Love found a seat there racing in fourth. And Hanners tips to the outside with Born Skipping rolling up from fifth. That gives cover to Go By Air in sixth. Gap of 5 back to Black as Pitch. 2.5 to a rough gate, and now an off-stride Special K May, who looked like she might have been getting in the way there of Misty Tucson. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, Fly Judith now being pursued by Born Skipping through a half in 58-2. 2 lengths back, Jay's Heaven Sent is third alongside. Sharp Looking Annie is fourth. Win My Love fifth. Go By Air alongside is sixth. Long gap of 6 lengths back to Black as Pitch, who's not going very well. 2 more back to Misty Tucson. Another 5 back to the troubled Special K May. As they head into the far turn, it's Fly Judith on top. Nose to helmet is Born Skipping in second. Along the inside, Jay's Heaven Sent is third. Sharp Looking Annie is going backwards on the outside fourth, 3 quarters in 1:27.1. Moving to the top of the stretch, Fly Judith opens up again now by 2 lengths. Born Skipping is second. Gap of 3. Jay's Heaven Sent is getting no closer. Alongside, Sharp Looking Annie is all done, and they're in the stretch. It's Fly Judith under urging. She's got the lead by 2 lengths. Born Skipping ducks to the inside, but really isn't getting closer to the leader. It's Fly Judith. Born Skipping second, 5 farther back, and Win My Love came through for third. Fly Judith, wire to wire. 3-year-old daughter of Presidential Ball from Latina Hanover by Albatross, owned by Edmark Stables Limited of Short Hills, New Jersey. Lisa Pavia, the trainer. Joe Pavia Jr. in the bike for Fly Judith's second win of the season. Sets another new lifetime mark, this time 157. Sharp Looking Annie, 7th. Jay's Heaven Sent, 4th. Go By Air was 6th. Fly Fly Judith, the winner. Black as Pitch, 5th. Win My Love, 3rd. Special K-May was 9th. Misty Tucson, 8th. She's Reed Indeed was Scratch Born Skipping, 2nd. Top Town, 7-4-6, 1-5-3, 9-8, Scratch 2. Upcoming 10th and final live race, Exact and Superfecta wager. Here they are for the 10th. Number 1 is Rosemary's Boy, owned by Sam Coven and Randy Cantrell with Chip Noble. 2 Povard is owned by Glenn Prestonati with Jeff Fount. 3 Instead of Red is owned by Dan Ryan with Brad Hanners. 4 is Thomas Cummins' Soul Brother and Jack Daly. 5 Take It Downtown is owned by Sorrell and Flick, Darren Mauser. The 6 horse is Patience Pusher, owned by Alex Spence with Dave Hawk. Number 7 is Roy Biv G, owned by Runyon and Cole, Sean McAleese. The 8 is Yankee Duke, owned by Meadow Haven Farm with Randy Tharps. The 9 is JB's El Cid, under lease to Ron Barker with Justin Hall. And the 10 is Key to Our Dreams, owned by Larry Fullen with Bob Harper. 7 minutes to final race post time. Gate moving up and moving in. They're approaching the start. And they're off and pacing, and it's Povard out fast the lead Instead of Red from alongside is second. Yankee Duke driving up from the far outside into third. 2 back, Take It Downtown looks for a seat in fourth. Rosemary's Boy is 5th by 2, then it's Key to Our Dreams, followed by Soul Brother. 2 more back to Patience Pusher, Roy Biv G, and JB's El Cid. Moving to the top of the stretch for the first time, and it's Hanners, and Instead of Red, they take over the lead from Povard. Yankee Duke and up close third with Take It Downtown fourth to the opening quarter in 28 seconds flat. Parading past the stands for the first time, it's Instead of Red on top by 2. Povard is second, Yankee Duke is third by 2 lengths. Driving up on the outside is Key to Our Dreams from fourth. Then it's Take It Downtown 5th. Second over Soul Brother is 6th. Rosemary's Boy gets into the outer flow, followed by Patience Pusher, Roy Biv G, JB's El Cid, Pat Petro, and the zany antics of the Fried Green Tomato Gang. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Instead of Red with the lead. Instead of Red has it by a length. Key to Our Dreams rolling up on the outside to challenge from second. Povard is third. Second over is Soul Brother. 59-1, 31-1 on the second split as they head up the backside. Yankee Duke is boxed in racing in 5th. 2 back to Take It Downtown. Rosemary's Boy is struggling on the outside with Patience Pusher, JB's El Cid, and Roy Biv G. They're midway through the backstretch and on their way to 3/4. Instead of Red continues on top. It's Instead of Red by a length. Key to Our Dreams beginning to drop back second. Soul Brother launching a 3-wide bid from third. Povard just in behind the leaders in fourth, 3/4. 1:29 flat, and they move to the top of the stretch. It's Instead of Red. Instead of Red has it by 2 lengths. Povard regains second at the inside. Soul Brother is way out wide as they make their way into the stretch. It's Instead of Red with the lead. Here comes Povard charging out of the pocket. Take It Downtown is third. Soul Brother's all done. They're coming down to the wire. Instead of Red is all out. Povard is charging hard. Take It Downtown up close, but Povard gets the job done. Then it was Instead of Red over Take It Downtown and Yankee Duke fourth. Win of the season for the 7-year-old son of Ideal Society from Keystone, sustained by Keystone Ore, owned by Glenn Preston Addy of Norwich, Ohio. Jay Addy, the trainer. Jeff Fount of the bike. Povard picks up the win in 1:58 and 1.